I'm Alex Radical from Board Game Co., and better late than never, I'm doing my Pax Unplugged preview. Pax Unplugged is in a few days. Also, I have like two cats wandering around right now, like they're literally wandering in between the legs of the camera on my desk, and it's going to make things a little difficult, especially because they can step on the keyboard and ruin things. This is Mogget over here. He just fell. Are you okay there? Are you okay? I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. He looks totally fine. Anyways, PAX Unplugged is around the corner. It is coming in like, what, 5 days? Is that what it is? 6 days? Whatever it is. It's this Friday. And usually I do a PAX Unplugged preview, but also this year I went to Essen, which means I kind of just realized I forgot to do a games I'm excited about list for PAX, and there are games I'm excited about. So today I'm doing 20 games for you, dividing this up into two sections. There's going to be 10 games that I think you should check out. I already know these games. I've played these games. I think I've played all of them. There's some reason. I'm pretty sure I've played all of them, or at least I've demoed some in some capacity. Oh no, not the keyboard, let's turn the keyboard off. I need to turn the keyboard off so that they don't step on the keys and ruin the entire video. There are, what was I saying? There are 10 games that are games I've tried in some capacity, and I'm recommending that you check out if you're at PAX. Some of them are available to demo, some of them are available to buy, and if you're not at PAX, by the way, then this video is basically 10 games that you should check out that I think are worth checking out. And then there's 10 games that I want to check out. These second 10 over there, these are games that I am not in any way trying to recommend to you. I'm saying they captured my interest. I want to see more about these at PAX Unplugged. I want to demo them, come home with them, find out whether I should or shouldn't demo or come home with them. So there are going to be 10 games that I know less about, but still want to talk about. That's going to be the 20 games we're going through. As always, everything's going to be timestamped down below, and so let's go ahead and dive into it, starting off with telling you about the PAX Unplugged preview page. Over on Board Game Geek, Eric Martin puts together these lists for every convention. They are fantastic lists that kind of condense all the things that you might need to know about, want to know about. There's a board game, so you don't need to know. All the games you might want to know about in one handy place, kind of giving you an overview of what to expect out of any given convention. I highly recommend the list. You can sort it alphabetically, you can go through the entire thing, you can sort it by thumbs, that's usually what I do, and then you can see what is hot, what's exciting at PAX Unplugged, or any convention. And so I just want to shout this out because it's an incredibly valuable resource for basically anyone going to any convention. This is what I've used, and with that, let's dive into my 10. I will say in both categories, I did sort them by how much I want to recommend them or how much I'm excited for them. Let's start with the first 10. Over here, we have Hercules and the 12 Laborers. This is one where I've only played a few rounds of the game, so that's why it's on the lower end over here, because I have in the past been excited for things that I then played a few times and then grew less excited about those things. That does happen, unfortunately. A handful of turns is not a game review. That said, from having played Hercules and the 12 Laborers a handful of turns, I think this is a fantastic solo game, or potential to be fantastic solo game, that was very challenging to make it all work as far as how you have to overcome these monsters while trying to power up. It gave me strong vibes of 20 Strong, which is one of my favorite solo games that is like this. I definitely got that kind of vibe from it. So if you like 20 Strong, I think you should be checking out Hercules and the 12 Laborers. Then we have the Lord of the Rings Two Towers trick-taking game. This is the second in the trick-taking games series that's basically from Office Dog. It's like The Crew, but using the world of Lord of the Rings. I actually played this one first. I had a chance to play this at Gen Con last year, and I really enjoyed it when I did. I thought it was really, Gen Con, like not this past year, the year before, like a while ago, a year and a half now, I played The Lord of the Rings Two Towers, and when the first one came out, The Fellowship of the Ring, I actually think that the first one, well, the second one, I actually think the second one that I played first is better. Although it's possible, it is very possible, that my first exposure to this was where the magic happened, and then continuing to play it was like good. Like, I think Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring is good, but at first I thought it would replace The Crew for me, and I think I'd rather play The Crew, and the Fellowship of the Ring was just a good trick-taking game along the way that gives me the same vibes. But when I played the Two Towers, I was very into it. So again, I need to play it more. I played like maybe 4 or 5 rounds when I first played this. I don't know if it's better than the Fellowship of the Ring, or whether it was just my first exposure to it, but I am excited for it. That's why it's lower down this list, because I'm tempering my original experience with the knowledge that the Fellowship of the Ring, I got a little bit less excited about it the more I played it. Then we have Flamecraft Duals. This is a lighter game, but don't write it off. I think Flamecraft is a fine game, and I'm happy it has an audience, but it's not for me. Flamecraft Duals really manages to capture that lighter experience in a way that I think does a credit to what it's trying to be. For me, if I'm going to play Flamecraft, I would just rather play a full game for game night, versus this plays in like 20 to 30 minutes, you can knock out a good little session. It is still on the lighter side, you have to know what you're getting yourself into, but as far as lighter filler games, I was very charmed by this. If only I could remember to stop trying to stack my pieces 4 high. I continuously try to stack my pieces 4 high, and I need to stop doing that. Then we have the White Castle Duel. The White Castle Duel is a 2-player version of the White Castle, and if you're like me, you saw this and said, okay, I mean, I could just play the White Castle 2 players, it's a fine 2-player game, but I'm happy that I did play this game because this feels like it really borrows from the approach that the White Castle has. It feels like it's a game set in the White Castle universe. It is familiar, and yet it's also different. I like this better than the White Castle easily. Like, easily it is a better game experience, the tactical nature of placing out your towers, then pulling them back, that 2-part phase of the game, but it kind of lends itself, it borrows from the same mechanics that make the White Castle such a good game. It gives you 12 actions. That's all you get, 12 actions, but then again, that's 3 actions more than you get in the White Castle, making you feel that you really can build your engine and plan around it. It's very charming, a very good 2-player game, and I think it's worth trying if you like the White Castle, and I think it's worth trying even if you didn't. Then we have Leaders. Leaders, 7.2, that hurts my heart. It hurts my heart. Sometimes I do notice that. Sometimes I like things that are popularly liked. Like, 7.9 in the White Castle Duel. Like, people like this game, so do I. I'm one of you. And sometimes you see a 7.2 and I'm still like being like, oh my gosh, this game is the best. And granted, I'm not saying it's the best, but I am saying that Leaders is very, very good. Also, in case you're wondering, the difference between a 7.9 and a 7.2 is huge. Like, for me, mentally, I kind of think of 7.6. I don't know why that number, I just chose that number in my head, but 7.6 feels like the number where I kind of view it as accepted as a very good game, and 7.5 or lower, I'm like, okay, it's a good game, but people don't love it. Leaders is coming in at 7.2, but definitely try this one out. You can try it out on Board Game Arena, which is where I first fell in love with it. I think it's a fantastic 2-player abstract game that has asymmetric abilities, and so you're kind of building your little asymmetric army as you try to figure out how to capture your opponent's leader. I think it is really, really well done. The 7.2 bothers me. I think it's a better game than that 7.2, but check it out for yourself. You can check it out on Board Game Arena. It is really a tactical game. I mean, then again, I love Mythic Mischief. This feels like it lends itself to that exact kind of player, so apparently I'm that kind of player. Then we have Take Time. Take Time is from Libelud. It is a game that feels like an homage to The Mind, which is a game I still have in my collection after all this time. I think The Mind is fantastic, and Take Time kind of feels like it's lending itself to that same kind of gameplay. You have to get in vibe with your other players as you play cards in a order around this circle with certain rules as to how you play them, and then every scenario mixes up those rules, so you have to kind of figure out the puzzle differently every single time. It is a challenge, it is hard, there's a little bit of guesswork involved with it, which is my biggest complaint. Like, ultimately, sometimes you play the right moves and it works out, sometimes you play the right moves and it doesn't work out. That's the kind of experience it is. I think it is more an experience than a game, which is what I say about The Mind as well, but if you like The Mind, you should definitely be trying out Take Time, and if you didn't like The Mind, I think you won't like Take Time. Like, I think it kind of has the same pros and cons, but hey, it is prettier looking, so there is always that. Then we have Everdell Emerland. Everdell Emerland is, I like Everdell Emerland. Review is coming soon on the channel, but I do like it. It does come with the caveat that it's just Everdell, again, with tweaks, with changes, so it's one of those games that I really, really like. My rating for Everdell Emerland is higher than some of the games that are about to follow, but the reason for that is because my excitement is lower. It's hard to continuously be excited about a new Everdell every single time it comes out, but yes, this is more Everdell, and yes, if you like Everdell, this is building on that, and yes, there are some cool new things in the game as well, so if you're writing it off as just another Everdell, it's a little more different than some of the past iterations have been, but also if you don't need more Everdell, you don't need more Everdell. So this comes with a healthy dose of, this is a really good game in the Everdell universe, and it also comes with a healthy dose of, you don't need it. I mean, you have Everdell, if you have Everdell. If you don't have Everdell, this is great. If you do have Everdell, I mean, hey, like, it depends on how much you like Everdell, I guess. So take that for what you will, or just pay attention for whenever my review drops, which the campaign's going live soon, so review's probably dropping as well, in case you want me to fully flesh out all those things I just said. Then we have Core of Discovery, a game set in the world of Manifest Destiny from J. Cormier, Senfung Lim, Off the Page Games. I don't know why this one gets all the designer and everything, whatever. Core of Discovery, I think it's fantastic. This is a great solo or cooperative game. One of my favorite deductions, I should have played this today. Oh my gosh, my daughter today asked me, can we play a deduction game? And I was like, great, let me pull off Tiwanuku, which is one of my favorite deduction games. And I don't regret that choice. Tiwanuku is one of my favorite deduction games. Then later in that day, we played Bomb Busters, because that's a pretty fun game. I only just played it for the first time, and we all enjoyed it. We thought it was a really fun little deduction game. And I could have pulled Core of Discovery off the shelf. I should have pulled Core of Discovery off the shelf. I may try to pull it off the shelf tomorrow. We shall see. Core of Discovery is fantastic. It gives you these episodic adventures you're going through, so it kind of gives you an adventure game, but that's ultimately all based off cooperative deduction, where Tiwanuku is one of my favorite games, and it does have a co-op mode. I really do like cooperative deduction, almost more so than competitive deduction. I like that sense of working together. Sure, it's fun being the cleverest person in the room, but it's more fun working together and being the cleverest group in the room. Core of Discovery allows you to do that. It allows you to do it solo and be the cleverest person in the room because you're the only person in the room. It also allows you to do so as a group by working together and figuring out things and spotting each other's little oversights that you missed. But there's also an engine you have to work on. You have to manage your resources at the same time, so it's not pure discovery. There's also a puzzle to figure out as far as the economy of your actions and the time you spend doing things in this game, and it gives you different scenarios so you can go ahead and dive into it, different rules, different adjustments, and different player sheets to mix up that little adventure. I think it's absolutely fantastic and worth checking out. Then we have Brink. Brink from Ivy Studios. Brink is a worker placement game with 9 actions. As much as I give White Castle flack for 9 actions, Brink also only has 9 core actions. You place your ships out on the board, you place them to take various abilities, you're placing them for the various area control points, and then you're negotiating non-stop with players to figure out what resources you can buy and sell from them while you build up your tableau at the same time. I love this game. I thought it was an excellent game, with the caveat that you do have to be willing to engage with a lot of back and forth negotiation with the players. If you don't like trading wood for sheep, this may not be a game for you, because that's a core part of the puzzle. If you're not willing to sit there and negotiate and barter the entire game, this might not be for you. But if you are, this is a very well done game that incorporates that element of Catan or other games while giving you a very solid worker placement game where you have to weigh up every single action while also building up your tableau all at the same time. Then we have Cascadia Alpine Lakes. This was available to demo. It's the newest game in the Cascadia line, and Cascadia is a game that I love, but I have not loved every offshoot of it. I have been fine being critical of the expansion of Cascadia Junior. I do think Cascadia Rolling Rivers and Rolling Hills, I think those are pretty fun, but Cascadia for me was the core game that started it all, and it's one that I never had anything better than it. And Cascadia Alpine Lakes, I hesitate to say it's better, but it is giving me all those same vibes with a fresh take on the mechanics that is very different. You see, this time you're building up, and there's some things that it shifts up as far as how you do that, but you're juggling so many different things while you try to mentally work your way up a tableau while being mindful of the animals and the various scoring conditions. All that thinkiness that you liked about Cascadia, if you like Cascadia, it is here in droves in Alpine Lakes. It's the first Cascadia game that I have given a 5 out of 5 since the original Cascadia. I think it's fantastic, and you should totally try it. Then we have For the God. Nope, that was it. I got excited and kept going. That's the first 10. Hey, Elfie. Hey, how you doing? We got Margaret over here. I think Calcifer is upstairs sleeping, leaving his little younger siblings alone. Anyways, those are the first 10, which means now we can go ahead and dive into the second 10. The second 10 I know far less about. So if you enjoyed all these little mini, here's why you might like this game, you're not going to get it quite as much the second time round, because some of these I know a little bit about. Others I'm like, hey, pretty, shiny, looks cool, I wanted to try it. And so let's go ahead and dive into the 10 that I am excited for, that I want to find out whether I should be excited for, starting off with number 10, which is by far the lowest on the list, but I am intrigued by it primarily because of the designers and the company. This is from Mighty Boards and Trevor Benjamin, Brett Gilbert, and David Thompson. That trio of designers, they have done a lot of great games, sometimes, as pairings of 2 of them, but this time all 3 of them are involved, and it's from Mighty Boards, so I'm very intrigued because of that. The strategic area control, the art kind of doesn't really pull me in, honestly. It's more the designers and the company that has me very interested in this one, with the caveat that I haven't kept all the games from those designers, but I've always enjoyed their games. So I think they're probably like 100% batting record on me enjoying their games. Enjoying versus loving are obviously 2 different categories. There's Mystic Lands. This is also lower on the list. This one primarily because I played the original Mystic Vale, and I thought Mystic Vale was fine. But I am kind of intrigued as to how much does this change up that core concept. That card building concept, I love it, but Mystic Vale felt a little flat in that. I thought Dead Reckoning was a much better implementation of his card crafting system. But again, I don't know what changed in Mystic Lands, so I'm intrigued to see whether this is a newer, brighter version that I should totally be diving into, or whether it's just Mystic Vale with a fresh coat of paint, which isn't quite as intriguing. We have Flintlock, Global Warfare in 20 minutes. The theme doesn't pull me in, but this does seem to be built on, what's it called? Oh my gosh, what is it? Blitzkrieg. This is built on Blitzkrieg, Paolo Mori. It's the same core concept, and from having demoed this very briefly, technically I demoed, did I demo this? I don't think I demoed this. I think I saw it. I didn't play it, so it doesn't go into the other category. But I saw the kind of overview. I saw the components it was set up, but I got the overview of how this game plays, and it does seem to be Blitzkrieg, but with more stuff going on, and a theme that's slightly more palatable to me. I mean, war themes don't pull me in quite as much, or at least more modern warfare, but this is less modern than, than Blitzkrieg. Either way, color me intrigued. A little unsure because Caesar, I think, is my favorite in that genre, so I'm a drop uncertain as far as where this one will go, but for right now, still definitely intrigued. Then we have, what did happen there? Did that go? Nope, that's not. Am I going Control Tab? There we go. 6 Sojourns, Deluxe Edition. This re-implements 8-Minute Empire over here. This is coming to you from Red Raven Games. I thought 8-Minute Empire was a great concept that granted wasn't 8 minutes, but usually did give you 15 to 20-minute Empire, granted not quite as fun sounding of a name. But 6 Sojourns builds on that concept, no longer promising you an 8-minute game, instead they're promising you a 30 to 60-minute game, but built on that core mechanism and being able to expand it a drop further, which has me intrigued, because 8-Minute Empire always felt like it was very, very well done, but possibly not as good as I would want in the effort to be as accessible as it was, and for me that's not quite as much of a selling point. Saying instead that you took that core concept and made a fully fleshed game out of it that's 30 to 60 minutes long is so much more of a selling point when I already liked the supposed but not quite 8-minute version of it. So color me interested in it, and I haven't played it yet, but I do want to find it out. Also, fun fact, Creature Caravans was my highlight of PAX Unplugged, I want to say 2 years ago, so having a Red Raven Games to pay attention to certainly doesn't hurt. Pinched also from Mighty Boys, Jonathan Gilmer Long, David Gordon. Pinched is intriguing. I haven't played this, but I have constantly seen it, and it always has me a little intrigued. You have this one player who's the mastermind, other players are trying to kind of figure out where the break-ins will be so they can steal from the mastermind. The art looks fun, the game looks whimsical, 45 to 60 minutes sounds good, 7.5 is not bad, drop shy of that 7.6 I told you about, but nonetheless not bad. I saw this being played a lot at Dice Tower Retreat, I want to say, maybe other conventions, but Dice Tower Retreat. But overall, Pinched has me definitely very, very interested in it, just, I haven't played it yet. Then we have I Made You a Mixtape. Speaking of Dice Tower, we have Mike Delisio and Dan Hughes from the Dice Tower who designed I Made You a Mixtape. This one seems charming. Charming has me interested enough, although again, haven't played it, want to see. Designed by Gary King, who I last saw with Core Quest. This is his first, more serious vibes, I guess. Core Quest was a vibe, make no mistake, but this is a more serious vibe approach. I Made You a Mixtape is an I Split You Choose game, and I like that concept in general. Some games have been absolutely amazing. My favorite by far is Hanamakoji, but I Split You Choose always forces the players to really examine how they want to approach the resources in the game. And again, I've always enjoyed it. Sometimes it has wowed me, other times it's been good. I'm curious about this one. Then we have Torchlit. Torchlit is from Allplay. I saw this one briefly at Essen, and the art on the box pulled me in. I will be honest here, I am being pulled in by art on this one. I'm a sucker for the presentation of the box, the highlighted letters on it, the cards that have some of that gold foil or silver foil, whatever foil on them. Overall, this is ultimately a trick-taking game. Allplay makes a lot of trick-taking games. Some have been amazing. I still to this day love, be great if I can remember the name of their game that I love. They have a trick-taking game that is, oh my gosh, it's a Christmas-themed one that I can't remember the name of it, but I do love it. They have some others in general that have been very, very solid. Torchlit is another trick-taking game from a company that has done a lot of trick-taking games, so I am both intrigued and also mindful that some of their games have been fantastic and others have just been good. Then we have Emberheart. Emberheart from Mindclash. This is one that I saw at Essen. I saw multiple content creators covering it. The art looks beautiful, illustrated by Andrew Bosley. Ultimately, it's a quick-playing worker placement game. It's meant to be a little bit lighter in their series, so a little more accessible. I think it's even more accessible weight class wise than oh my gosh, what's it called? Ironwood from them. But they are Mindclash is leaning a bit away from just having giant big box media experiences and giving you more accessible experiences. Coming in at 60 to 90 minutes, this definitely falls into that. The art makes it very charming, will pull a lot of people into Mindclash's games if they can deliver on the experience, and I'm intrigued. I am definitely intrigued, and I mean, Andrew Bosley almost always has me interested just by being involved. Then we have Whisperwood. Speaking of great art, that's kind of what's pulling me in this one. This is coming to you from Cardboard Alchemy. It's got great art. You're not seeing it, honestly, in enough detail over here. So I'm interested in this, mostly because of the company and the art. It's a bag building system. That's the other thing that has me interested. I do like bag building, which I guess you'll see in a second as well. I like the concept of bag building as far as what it can do, and combine the company, the core mechanic, and the art, and that's why I'm interested in this one. I do feel a little guilty putting it this high when I know less about this one than some of the other ones, but I am very interested in it, so there is that. And then speaking of bag building, this Satchel Quest. Satchel Quest from Weird City Games. This also is a bag building game. I just remember seeing this on crowdfunding and almost backed it. I'm trying to be so much more restrictive of what I back on crowdfunding, trying to really dial it back unless usually expansions are the things that get me nowadays. But Satchel Quest looked very compelling. I almost went ahead and backed it. I was definitely intrigued by the gameplay. Sorry, 20 minutes in, losing my voice, but I definitely was very intrigued by the gameplay and excited to actually dive into this one and give it a try. This is one of those games that from the first time I saw it, again, I wanted to back it, and I was like, you know what, try it first, see if you like it before going all in on a crowdfunding campaign that may or may not pull you. See if you like it. See if you like it is where I settled, and see if you like it is where I still am. When I saw this on the list for Pax Unplugged, it was an easy one to put on my list of games that I want to try out and see if I have the chance. Those are your 20 games. 10 games for you, 10 games for me, 10 games that I think are fantastic and you should check out, 10 games that I want to check out myself. Although I guess technically, the Lord of the Rings one is one that I actually need to get my hands on as well. Some of those I have. Well, most of the ones that I'm excited about that I told you about I have coming, but that one I actually don't have coming. I need to get my hands on that. Either way, until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. If there's any games of PAX Unplugged do you think I should be checking out that I did not include on this list, let me know down below, because 10 is a decent number, but it's not enough, because there'll be more games, and I'm sure I'll find them there, but if you want to direct me that way, it certainly doesn't hurt. Until next time, I said this already, but until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co., and as always, I hope you have a good one.